What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we're going to be talking about James Charles' new makeup line called Painted. As you guys know, he's been teasing this line for years now, like literal years now. And he did say within his reveal video that he did have to postpone the original launch of this because of the pandemic, as well as he had to switch labs because they did decide to change the cost of it. And I do want to say those are very believable reasons as to why a launch could be postponed, especially with labs. They did mark up their prices after the pandemic. I do feel like they were trying to make up for lost money only because sales were probably really low during the pandemic. So they probably had to up the cost to keep everything functioning. I totally do understand that. But I do want to ask you guys this question before jumping into this video. Do you guys feel like the cancellation or his cancellation had anything to do with him postponing his launch? Only because I feel like he was working on this brand well before his cancellation. And then I do feel like obviously with the cancellation, you don't want to come out with a full like makeup line during that. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously people are going to bash it. You're going to get a lot of people out there on the internet who will buy your product literally just to say it's horrible. Do you know what I mean? So maybe he wanted to wait a couple years after that to see like, okay, let's wait till everything smooths over and then come up with the launch. But then, as you guys know, recently I did just do a video where he did an interview with Cosmopolitan, and then he kind of like re-brought up everything, and I was like, I don't know if this was a smart move, but I definitely do think that he was going with the motto of like any publicity is good publicity because he is going to be coming out with his line. I just don't know about that, but I definitely do want your guys' opinions if you guys feel like his cancellation had anything to do with him postponing this, because y'all, it has taken several years. And I do want to say, hey, you know what? If he is obviously sticking with his price point, good for him for switching up labs, because he did state within his video they wanted to raise the cost of it. So therefore he had to go around to different labs to create that original formula that he did fall in love with and approve. And obviously it's really hard, just in case you guys didn't know, if you come up with a formula and then to take that formula to somewhere else and try to like match it, oh my gosh, y'all, it's a lot of fine tuning, a lot of tweaking. But I do also want to say too, I feel like James Charles is really rich in my personal opinion. Obviously I could be wrong, I don't know what his bank account looks like, but being that he only came out with paints and brushes within this specific launch, it's kind of trippy to me. I thought that he would come out with something a little bit bigger only because of his stature as well as his online presence. Do you know what I mean? And I do know that he doesn't have any what is the word that I'm looking for? He doesn't have any funders. So you know what I mean? I get it that he's obviously coming out with just a little bit. I feel like he could afford it a little bit more, especially being that it took so many years to come out with. Like I thought he would have come out with some other type of product, but we're going to be talking about the makeup within today's video. I'm going to be explaining to you guys why, because I did state before why I think that this is not a good initial launch product. I do like this style of product. I actually have every single one of the colors of the About Face paints, and I absolutely love these. I really do. But I am going to show you guys within today's video why I think this is not a good product, especially for beginners. He did state that he is going to be coming out with a video explaining that everybody can use it and how to use this product. But I do want to say it's still a very difficult product, especially for beginners, because y'all, they're very temperamental. They are really good if you know how to use them. But if you're a beginner, these can be very difficult products. I do want to say though, kudos to him for coming out with a different style product. I do feel like everybody who comes out with an initial launch, it's either an eyeshadow palette or like a liquid lipstick, and he is coming out with something different. So kudos to him for thinking outside the box. But I still think that this may be a little bit of a difficult product for a beginner. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'll show you guys within today's video. I won't be doing like an eye demo or anything like that, but I'll show you guys on my hand why. Also, before jumping into this video, y'all, I'm going to be like really shady with saying this because I know that my video is not going to get there. But if this happens to get 500 likes, I'll go ahead and purchase 2 of his paints and do a review of it. I'm going to be honest with you guys before even jumping into the makeup products as well as everything. I just am not interested in this type of product. Like I said, I do have every single one of these colors and I feel like they are absolutely amazing and they give me everything that I need, you know what I mean? But I do obviously want to get back into reviews as I stated before. So if you guys do want me to do a review of his brand and an honest review at that, I will pick up 2 of his paints if this does get to 500 likes. And I'm being so shady with that because I highly doubt this video will get to 500 likes because y'all, my videos are like ghost town over here these days. I even contacted YouTube. I was like, am I saying something wrong or doing something wrong? Because I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, no, you're not shadow banned or anything. So I'm like, okay, I'm just, irrelevant these days. But if you guys do want a review, give the video a big thumbs up. Also, before jumping into this video, make sure you guys click down below, head over to my travel channel. That's my travel channel with my brother. I want to say, if you guys are not interested in travel videos, just give one video a watch, especially my most recent videos, my past 3 videos. Just give those a watch and let me know what you guys think, only because I put so much work into them and I absolutely am in love with the way that they came out. Like I put so much work into those videos. Each video, especially over the past like 3 videos, y'all, each one has taken me about, I would say, between 20 and 30 hours to edit. I put so much work into it. So make sure you guys go show some love over there. I'm like really proud of it. So even if you guys don't like travel videos, check it out. Maybe you guys might like it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, give this video a big thumbs up if you guys do want me to review James Charles painted paints. Let me shut up and let's go ahead and get into it. I'm so sorry for that long intro, y'all. I just feel like I had a whole lot to say. Let's go ahead and dive right on into this in case you guys are interested. This is coming out on August 7th at 12 p.m. He is going to be coming out with the Create paints. They are $15 a piece. I do want to say that is a fair product. Obviously, I do have to know what the formula is like to be able to say like, oh my gosh, that's a really good deal. Do you know what I mean? Because I do want to say this. These style of products right here, if you guys have used any type of eye paints before, they are a very, very difficult product to create. I do want to say these ones right here, which is Halsey's line About Face, they're absolutely amazing. I definitely like really recommend them because they don't crack. As I did mention before, Makeup Forever has come out with some before called Aqua XLs. I really did love the pigment on these, but they definitely did crack. I used them for graphic liners as well as like face paints before for Halloween makeup, and they do crack. And that's really the downfall of this style of product. But I do feel like as technology has went on, these products has been made a little bit better than they were in the past. And these Makeup Forever Aqua XLs have came out a long time ago. I want to say maybe about 7 years ago. So the technology has gotten very good since then. Also, if you guys are interested in these style of products and you guys don't want to like support James Charles or purchase anything from his brand, they even have cheap ones from NYX. These are only $7 and they do have several different colors too. I've never tried those, so I don't know how those work. I do want to say if you guys are looking for like, you know, a style product like this, these About Face are amazing. I was actually going to do a look with those a while back, but then I just got so over like doing my makeup because I was like, no one watches my videos, so I'm like, what for? Also, I do want to say too, Haus Labs does have these products as well, but several of them do say do not use on the eye, that they are not eye safe, but these are the swatches right here. And they're actually really beautiful too, but I've never tried those as well, but those are $24 and James Charles are only $15. I do want to talk about this before talking about the colors and then showing you guys why I think this is a difficult product to work with. He did do a really smart thing, in my personal opinion, by doing his whole search for his campaign. In my personal opinion, I think that this was a really great marketing strategy because basically what he did, he had people create looks and state why they should be in the campaign, and they obviously built so many views on his TikTok. I actually have a screenshot of it right here, and it says the James Charles campaign hashtag has over 59 million views. This was a really good marketing strategy for him because obviously this gets his brand talked about. But then another really smart thing that I did want to shout out, not shout out, but like say like, wow, I recognize that, and I think that's a really good marketing strategy of James Charles, is that he did get somebody from the US, Canada, Trinidad, the UK, Zimbabwe, Argentina, and Thailand. So this is very smart because all of these people are from those countries, so therefore they're going to be talking about this brand, they're going to get their followers hyped up about this brand, and they're basically going to be doing marketing in those countries for him. So I think this was a very smart tactic, and I think that he will benefit from this because these people are going to be very excited when these products come out. And then he probably did get some type of contract with them so that they have to do like a video about the product when it has to launch. I haven't checked these people's Instagrams, but I'm sure that they're going to be talking about it when it launches. Do you know what I mean? And I think that gets all people around the world talking about it, which is a very smart business tactic. And I do want to say, being that it does have over 59 million views already on TikTok, he's already getting his brand talked about. And this is why when he did the interview with Cosmopolitan, I wasn't quite understanding why he would do this. In my personal opinion, I would have scrapped that whole interview. I know what he was going for. He was trying to like basically, you know, get his uncancellation, but I feel like I would have just let it go. Do you know what I mean? I think sometimes it's better off to just like let it go rather than rehash it up because it gets people talking again, especially when you say something that they don't like. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the makeup right here. I do want to say, watching his swatches within the video, I do want to say this, from the swatches, they do look beautiful. I think they are very beautiful. He is coming out with a shade called Left on Red, which is a red, Flaming, which is an orange, Caution, which is a yellow, SMS, which is a green, Blueprint, which is a blue, Turning Violet, which is a violet, Pinky Promise, and Cold Brew, and then a white and a black. I do want to say this. I am mostly curious about the yellow. In my experience with any type of eye paints or even body paints, yellow is a very difficult product to make, and they crack like very easily. I do want to say, even with the About Face ones, this yellow right here, which isn't even like a bright yellow, this is kind of like a little bit more of a muted yellow. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but this one still even cracks. It's a very beautiful shade. I'll go ahead and show you guys a swatch right here. If you guys are interested in these as well too, these are $16, I want to say. So as you guys can see from right there, it is a you know, bright yellow, but it's not like super bright. And this one still even does crack. Now, I want to go ahead and show you guys before even getting into the rest of the products, which pretty much there's just brushes left, why I think these are very difficult to work with. Because say for example, I'm going to show you guys right here, just one little dot of that, as you guys can see right there, that doesn't look like too much product. But then look at this, look how far it goes. And you have to be really, really good with your blending with these. I do want to say these specifically give you a good amount of blending time. I do want to say he said within his video that his do dry down within 30 seconds. I feel like sometimes, especially for a beginner, that may not be enough because you have to be very familiar with this type of product and how it moves. As soon as you get to blending on this, you can see that the product goes on and on and on and on and on. Like literally, I can still take from right here and go all the way down with it. As you guys can see from right there, look how much product gets built from that. These do give you a lot of play time, these about face ones, as you guys can see from right there. But still, that little tiny dot created all of this. And I could still go down with it more and more and more. Like it's really, really pigmented. Every single one of these products that I have ever tried, even the Aqua XL from Makeup Forever, I feel like these products right here, they are beautiful. As soon as you get to use them, y'all, I do want to say in my personal opinion, I feel like this style of product does blend out easier than a actual powder eyeshadow. I feel like as soon as you get this down right here, as soon as you get the technique down, it is really, really good. I love a liquid shadow, but for a beginner, y'all, especially for me, when I was beginning and I first used these products, I was like, oh my gosh, you put too much on, you blend it out, and then you're like, what do I do? And then it's too harsh. And then on top of that too, when you do put too much on, you have that potential of it cracking, being that it is a liquid. I do want to say the about face, I don't know, let me go ahead and show you guys right here. I don't know if you guys can see on the texture. I feel like they did a really good job. Obviously this is on my hand and me dragging it in several different ways to show you guys how the product pulls and how much can be blended out. I do want to say with these though, especially this brown shade right here, they did an amazing job because I've used this brown one more than any other shade that I have of hers. This one does not crack whatsoever and it blends out absolutely beautiful. It may look a little bit bad on my hand, but obviously I was trying to show you guys why I think it is a difficult product. I do want to say it's a very fun product to use, and as soon as you learn how to use it, it's a very, very easy product to use. But I do want to say I feel like that is a very difficult product, especially being that he is really trying so hard to market it towards beginners. In my personal opinion, I feel like it's for intermediate, or is that the word, intermediate? Intermediate? Yeah, right. And up to pro, in my personal opinion. Obviously, everybody's fully entitled to their opinion, but that's just me. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about the brushes as well. He is, sorry, before jumping into the brushes, he is coming out with an artist set, which is $135. So it is 10 create paint. So basically what he said within the video is you're paying for 9 of them, but you're getting 10, as well as you are getting free shipping, as well as a sponge. Also, I forgot to mention the sponge. It is available for $10. In my personal opinion, it's so crazy. I don't know if I'm the only one like this. And y'all know I got a big old face. You guys know I always say I'm 6'2". I'm a big boy. I hate a big sponge. Like, I really hate a big sponge. There was a minute there that I did like it, but then as I like moved on, I was like, wait, like, oh my gosh, it covers too much of my face, and like, you can't focus on one area. Do you know what I mean? Say for example, if I put some concealer right here on this part of my cheek, it's going to be blending everything else out. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, I don't like a big sponge. But he is coming out with a sponge, and it does come with that. Also, I do want to talk about the brushes. He is coming out with detail brushes, which are $8 a piece or $40 for a set of 6 of them. He has a concealer brush, a small concealer brush, a square liner, angled liner, medium liner, and short liner. In my personal opinion, I have absolutely no interest within these brushes. I do obviously feel like he is coming out with them being mostly liner brushes, because I do feel like he's marketing these probably more so for people to use as a liquid liner. He did state within his video that the black one was actually used on Beyonce for her Renaissance tour, which I do have to say that is pretty cool. Overall, in my personal opinion, I don't know. I feel like his whole campaigning around it, I feel like he did a really good job. The commercial is really, really good. As I mentioned before, he did Terry Joe's makeup, and I thought that was really funny. The whole marketing of it, I think he's doing a really good job on. I just feel like the specific products, I just don't feel like they appeal to too many people. Now, do I think that he will do well for his initial launch? Probably, being that he is famous and he does have a lot of young followers, and they probably are like, oh my gosh, I want to get these, even though they may not know how to use them. I definitely do feel like there is a lot of people out there who are like, oh my gosh, let me get this just because of James Charles, and they're going to get it and be like, whoa, I don't know how to use it. You know, I do definitely feel like this product may do really, really well during Halloween time, because obviously everybody's painting their face, and a product like this will be really easy to use. But in my personal opinion, also another thing too, is that he has them in a painting tube, so you kind of have to squeeze it. I hate that. I feel like this is so much better. Obviously, with these, it does come out like with a wand, so it is a little bit more easy to use, and you could get just a little bit dab. But I do want to say with a tube, y'all, I specifically remember with the Aqua XL from Makeup Forever, I'm like, Oh, so many times I actually squeezed out too, or accidentally squeezed out too much, and then I'm just like, that's a waste of product, and they can get a little pricey. Do you know what I'm saying? Overall, that's my thoughts and opinions about the line. I do want to say the marketing, the campaigning, I think that he did a really good job on, but I just feel like this product is just, I don't know. I just feel like it's not it for, you know, his first launch. I feel like this would have been cool for the second launch. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. Once again, if this video does get 500 likes, I will purchase 2. I don't know which shades I will purchase. I would want to say that I'm definitely intrigued to try out the yellow, but then I just know that I like would very rarely use the yellow. Even though I do love yellow, I just feel like I'm not going to use it. I feel like the brown and I don't know, a different color I'd probably use a little bit more. But then I'm like, maybe I'll try the brown and yellow. I don't know. If this does get 500 likes, I'm sure it won't. But if it does, I will definitely do a review on it. Other than that, I don't think I will be picking up anything from this launch. Only if you guys are interested in me doing it. So make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.